Well, hello, 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 everyone. This is Mark Helton coming to you live here from Hot Prospector headquarters. And today we have got a very special webinar training planned for you. What we're going to be covering today is some of the features, some of the more popular features of the Hot Prospector system. We're going to be talking about how you can reach out and go and find the types of clients that you're looking for in your business on autopilot. And we're going to show you how you can contact them using series of prospecting campaigns, things like sending out email and making phone calls and text messages and all the things that you should be doing in your business on a daily basis, all on autopilot. Now, in case you have not actually taken a chance to go to our website and check everything out, you can go to hotprospector.com and you can see a little bit of details on what exactly the system does. But today, we're going to take a minute and literally dive in and show you exactly what we can do here for you. All right. So if you would please, I just want to start off and get to know everybody. So if you would please just go ahead and type in your name and where you're calling from or where you're logging in from, as well as what type of business that you do there. Just go ahead and type it in there into the chat box. It's right below. You should see a little chat box. If you would just go ahead and type in your name, where you're located, and what kind of business you do. Okay, so we have Jill all the way from Honolulu. Wow, Jill. Hey, Jill. Jill is a real estate agent. Okay, well, great. Who else do we have here? Cindy. Cindy, hi, Cindy, all the way from Boca Raton. Boca Raton. Wow, weather is pretty cold down there right now. I think you guys are getting a little bit of a cold blast. Cindy, what do? You do insurance. Okay. James, all the way from, oh, hey, you're in Las Vegas, Nevada with the rest of us. James is insurance as well, life insurance. Awesome. All right. We've got Bill. Bill's a web designer from Reno, Nevada. That's not too far away from us. Awesome. Well, look, everybody, first off, I just want to welcome you. Again, on behalf of myself and the Hot Prospector team, we want to thank you for coming out here today and spending your day with us. So what we want to do, first off, is kind of try to put something together here that will customize some sort of a campaign for one of you. So if we have a volunteer, anybody, please just go ahead and volunteer for me. Just go ahead and type in something in the chat box. Tell me what kind of clients you are currently prospecting to, anybody. And it doesn't matter, like I said, whether you sell real estate or insurance or web design, or if you're a business consultant or coach, life coach, you name it. Just go ahead and type in the type of business that you're looking for. Who's your perfect customer? Okay, perfect. So we have somebody here who sells web design, and they're looking for they're looking for chiropractors. Okay, yeah, that's a decent niche. Chiropractors. Now, are you focused in one location, or are you going all over the country? Where's your core focus? Oh, okay, great. So you don't really care. You'll do it anywhere. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you kind of a step-by-step of the way that we would actually go out and find these types of business. Now, right now I'm logged into Hot Prospector, and you can see this is the dashboard, and you can see a lot of the contacts and things like that we already have in the system, some of the groups and and all that. We'll go into those features a little bit more in detail. But the very first thing that you always want to start out with is obviously getting contacts, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this tool, which we actually give you, all of our customers, you'll have the ability to search unlimited. You'll be able to get unlimited data, leads, using this tool. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to type in chiropractors, okay? And we're going to actually look for specifically, let's see here, chiro. I'm hoping I'm spelling that right. I think I'm spelling it wrong. Chiropractor. Chiro. CHRIO. Yeah, that's right. CHRIO. Oh, I forgot the C there. There it is. Okay. See, this is live, folks. All right, so we've got the chiropractor in there, and now you can actually search for any city that you want. Now, over here in the center of the page, you're going to see we have Manta, we have Yellow Pages, Facebook, Google Ads, Home Advisor, Groupon, and Google. Now, each of these have their own functionality where they're actually searching in that particular data or that particular directory. Personally, myself and most of the people that we talk to, they prefer to use Yellow Pages mainly because you're going to get a lot of results. Now, I'm also going to untick this box here where it says search email, and what we're going to focus on is just getting as many contacts as we possibly can. Okay, so I'm going to type in the chiropractor, and we're going to go ahead and search in Miami and see what kind of chiropractors there are in that area. So once you've typed in your keyword and the location you want to search, just go ahead and hit the search button. Now you'll see over here on the right-hand side where it says total leads, you'll see that the leads are going to start jumping up. I mean, we get these leads pretty quickly. Imagine if you were to go out and start searching all by yourself, by hand, there's no possible way that you'd be able to get these kind of leads. Now, depending on what kind of business you have, whether you're in the life insurance business or if you're a business consultant or if you sell, practically anything, the best contacts for what you have to offer are going to be people that have a need, a want, and the ability to purchase what you have to offer, right? A need, a want, and the ability to purchase what you have. So what would be the very first what would be one of the benefits of contacting businesses? Exactly. They already have the ability. They've demonstrated the ability. So they can afford what you have to offer, and that's key. If you're not dealing with people who can afford what you have to offer, then you're already at a serious disadvantage, okay? So what we're going to do here right now is I'm going to go ahead and stop this. We'll let it get to about 300 because I think that's plenty of leads for right now. Now, you can let it just keep on searching and searching if you really want. I know in some places there would literally be, hundreds, in some cases over 1,000 contacts for a particular niche. So you're never going to run out of leads. We'll get it to 300 and then we'll go ahead and stop it. But again, yeah, so you've got the chiropractor. You know that they have the ability because they make money, right? They have the ability. And depending on what it is that you sell, whether it's a website or, if you do marketing or if you're a business consultant or if you sell life insurance or whatever it is, you're going to be able to customize a campaign specifically towards that individual, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and hit the stop button. We've got 313 contacts, okay? So we've got the business name, we've got the address, we've got their phone number, we have their website. We've got a lot of details on them, okay? So what I'm going to do next is I want to parse their websites. And the reason why I'm parsing their websites is because there's additional contact information like their phone number that's on their website. And as you can see in a couple of these cases, look, the phone number that's inside their directory is different from the phone number on their website. Sometimes the phone number on the website is a much better phone number to reach them at versus contacting them on this directory, or vice versa, but it's nice to have both, okay? The next thing you'll notice here is see how it's saying total emails and this number is climbing? What we're also doing is on their website, we're actually searching out and getting email addresses if it's available, okay? Now, everybody knows, why would somebody put their email on their website? Go ahead and type it in the chat box. Go ahead and tell me, why would somebody put their email address on their website? Exactly, because they want somebody to call them, right? Exactly. They want somebody to pick up the phone and call them or email them, not call them, right? They want somebody to email them, okay? So you automatically, because you're getting this contact information off of their public website, have the ability to reach out to them and send them a message, okay? Now, I do suggest that you focus on trying to make sure that you have a targeted message that is specifically created towards, a benefit that you'll be able to help them with. For example, if you're selling life insurance, then you would want to make sure that the message that you've created is hey, we specialize in helping chiropractors with their, with their final needs or life insurance needs, or, if you're selling websites, then we specialize in helping chiropractors with websites. Okay, but as you can see, this number is going to climb, and it'll keep on going. It takes a little time for it to parse each individual site, but at the end of it, you should probably have close to 100 emails that will be found with this tool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let that do its thing. We don't really need to focus on that right now. What I'd like to show you next is how you can take that data, this data right here, and put it into the system, okay, and then actually put it to use for you, okay? So the first thing is you would actually click on this little export button. Now we give you two options. You can either export it as a CSV, which is a comma-separated values file. That's an Excel file, or if you don't have Excel, it's still the same type of file. It's a CSV file. Now that file can be loaded directly into Hot Prospector or any other tool that you're using. The other option is the Hot Prospector export, or the HP export. And what that will do is it'll export those contacts right into your system. All right? So once it's done, you don't have to take any extra steps. So if you wanted to use the CSV, for example, maybe you use a different contact management system or that sort of thing that you wanted to export these leads into, you could. If you just wanted to send them right into your Hot Prospector account, you just log in, and then you can see here it'll let you either use an existing group that you already have, or you can create a new group. Now, a group is a contact group, okay? A contact group. So if you're targeting chiropractors in Miami, then you may want to type it out, chiropractor in Miami, or just chiropractor Miami. Or if you're going to be doing a lot, looks like I need to learn how to spell Miami. There we go. If you're going to be doing a lot of chiropractors, you may not want to you may not want to create groups for each individual city, because that could also get pretty daunting going through all those groups. Maybe you just want to make it chiropractor. Okay. Once you've created that group, I'll go ahead and click on that. The next thing it's going to do is it's going to give you an option of which group you want to put those contacts into. It'll pre-select the group that you've already created. Here you have the ability to select your country, and that's it. The last thing you would do would just be to import that contact group right into your system. So as you can see, it's done it. Everything's all done and in the system. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and I'm going to go back here into the system, and you'll be able to see in the contacts area, you'll be able to see those contacts. So if I if I search that group, the chiropractor group that we just created, you'll see all the contacts that we've just added right in there today. Okay, so it's a one-click export. It's very, very easy. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is how to automate the contact of those new prospects, of those new suspects. Okay, what are the best ways that you can think of reaching out to a business, or what is the very first way that you could think of that would help you get your foot in the door? Go ahead and just type it in the chat box. Anybody is fine. Okay, some people are saying phone calls. We've got a few people saying text, walk in. Okay, doing a webinar. Yeah, there's lots of ways that you can actually do that. But I will tell you my first and favorite way to reach out and contact someone is via email. Okay, so in this particular case, we've already went out and we've gathered 300 plus contacts. Okay. What is the very first thing that I want to do? Well, I want to put them into a contact system. Okay, I want to automatically reach out to them via email and warm them up step by step and get them more and more interested in what I have to offer. Okay, again, it doesn't matter what you sell, this process is always going to work. Whether you're contacting businesses or if you're contacting consumers, it doesn't matter. This method will work, whether you purchase your leads or if you're using the leads like we're showing you here today, the ones that we give you in the system. You can use this exact same method no matter what you do, okay? So here, what we would do is we would go in and we would create what we call an autoresponder series. Now, before you get nervous, thinking, oh gosh, I'm going to have to write all these emails. We actually give you a series of 9 emails that you can automatically. We'll create the template. We'll do everything for you. But this series of 9 emails is a campaign that will run for you and warm that customer up from A to Z. Okay. So the way that campaign would work would be, it would start off by you offering some sort of a benefit. For example, if you're in the life insurance business, then what would be a great benefit for somebody? In information, right? The top 10 things you need to know before you purchase life insurance, okay? Or if you sell websites, here are the top 10 things that every business needs to know about increasing website conversions. It doesn't matter what you sell. Information is huge. It's a big benefit, and if you can offer something like that right up front, it's going to get those people engaged with you, and it's going to get them interested in wanting to work with you. Okay, so our autoresponder will allow you to automate this entire process. Now, the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're just going to want to create this campaign. So we'll keep it on the Cairo Miami warm-up. Okay, and then you can see here we would just select that group that we just loaded here into the system, which is the Chiropractor Miami group. Now, your from email, that's the email that you want to send your emails from. You can select whatever email you want to send from. You could send from your personal email. You can send from your own business email. It doesn't matter, okay? So for right now, I'll just use my business email here, okay? Now, start date, that is the actual date that you want this campaign to start. So right now, it's the 13th. So I may say I want this campaign to start today, or maybe I want it to start tomorrow. Okay, so we'll just say right now it's Thursday. Fridays and Saturdays are usually a good time to get in touch with people. Thursdays are really good. But we'll go ahead and start it for tomorrow, because tomorrow is, it's already late in the day, so it's a better idea to start early in the morning, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click Submit, and you'll see now I have the ability to where I can create my very first email that I want to go out. So I can schedule a time. Now here's the way this works with the autoresponder series. Whenever you send out an email, whenever you add somebody to this group, they're going to see the exact same series of emails as the person who was already in the group, say 3 months ago, okay? So what do I mean by that? What I mean is that if you have 100 contacts in your system today that you just uploaded into the system, they're going to start their autoresponder series from today, okay? And they'll receive these emails specifically on the days that you want them to receive them. So let's say they come on today, you want the first email to go out tomorrow, then the next email to go out 3 days after that, the next email to go out 4 days after that, so on and so forth. You can set those intervals of how often you want them to receive these emails and when you want them to go out. And when you add new contacts, they'll start at the very beginning of that campaign as well, or that series as well, and get the exact same approach, okay? So this way, all you have to focus on is just putting more contacts into the system, and everything else will be done automatically, okay? So here, we're going to go ahead and schedule the time. So I'm going to schedule the time. Now, I personally like sending my emails early in the morning. Now, the scheduled time here is actually based off of your time zone. So if you set it for 6, then that means it's going to be sent out at 6 a.m. However, if you're sending this message to some people who are on the East Coast and you're on the Pacific Coast, well, then that means they'll be receiving that message at 6 o'clock your time, which is 9 o'clock in the morning their time, okay? So you want to think about that if you have a lot of people in the different time zones, and you're setting your emails out to go to all over the country or even all over the world, then, I personally like sending my emails out really early. In some cases, I'll even send out an email at like, say, 5:30 in the morning, just to make sure that my email's at the top of their inbox when they come in, okay? So the next thing that you want to do is you want to select the interval. So the interval is the amount of days after some contact is added into your group when it would receive the first email. So let's say you wanted to get the first one the next day, okay? So here I've selected that interval. Next, you have email templates, okay? So you can see here, I've already loaded all of these different email templates into the system. So if you sell websites, for example, and you're targeting chiropractors, then you could use an email template like this. Good afternoon. I tried to contact you in the office earlier, but was unsuccessful. You obviously take pride in your company's image online, so I knew you would definitely want to see what I found on your website. Here are a few things that need your immediate attention. And then you could send them this free report right from the system, which, by the way, is sent right from our website, or right from Hot Prospector. We build this report, and it's an analysis of their site, right? But this would be your first email, okay? So if I click Submit, this email would be sent out 1 day later. So that would be the first email in our series, okay? Now, does anybody have any questions so far with what you've seen? Yes, you can write your own templates. You can write your own templates. Actually, that is something very easy. If you see here where it says email templates, just click on the email templates. And matter of fact, I'll just open it up in a new tab so you can see what I'm talking about here. You just click on Add Template, and you can name the template. You can select a campaign if you want to make it available for a specific campaign. You can add in tokens like their first name, their last name, email. And what will happen is if you have the first name inside of that contact information, it'll automatically import that name into the email. If you have their company name, you want to have it in the email. Here, I'll show you what this looks like if I click Insert into Body. So see how it puts in this little placeholder token? What it would do is it would replace that placeholder token with their first name if you had it in their contact, okay? So that's very useful. So when you're writing an email, you want to customize it for them, you can do that. Also, too, this is this is what we call a WYSIWYG editor. That's what you see is what you get, a WYSIWYG editor. And what that does is it allows you to add in, you can write HTML-style emails, right? HTML-style emails without knowing HTML. So check it out. You could just literally copy and change your fonts. You can highlight fonts. You can add different images. You can create whatever newsletter you want. Now, if you already have your source for like an HTML, if you know HTML, or if you had somebody create something in HTML, all you got to do is click on the source here, and you can see there's the actual HTML. So no need to know HTML in order to write these nice, beautiful emails. Now, we suggest writing everything in text, but we just wanted to show you that. So yeah, great question. Yes, you can write your own email templates. And again, we're going to give you 9 right off the bat. You're going to get 9, a series of 9 emails, so you don't even have to write your first one, okay? All right, so the next thing I'll say, so we've got our first email created here, and again, you can see it's going to go out in 1 day. Now we want to create another one, all right? So it works just like the first one. You just select the time that you want it to go out. Now, maybe the next time you don't want to send it at 5:30 in the morning. You want to test different times. Maybe you want to send it out at 9 a.m., okay? So again, you just select your time. Then you select your interval. Now, this one is going to be sent out 1 day from the start of that campaign, or when they were added to the group. The next one, you maybe want to send it 2 days out. Or what if you wanted to send 2 emails the same day? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's actually a good thing. You can put one again, and that same day they would receive an email, but a few hours later. Okay, so you could do that. But in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and say we'll send another one the next day. So day 1, they're going to receive the first email. Day 2, they're going to receive the second email. All right. Now, again, you just go ahead and select your template. We've got the second attempt here. We'll just use this. This is our second email. In this email, we're sending them a link to a video that we created for them. Okay. So all you got to do, again, is go ahead and just click the submit button when you're done, which we'll do. And there you have it. We've got our first 2 emails in our autoresponder series. Now, how cool is this? You don't have to worry about it. Once it's set, you're done. You can keep on adding contacts to this campaign, and it's always going to send out the exact same series. Now, if you're finding that some of the emails are getting better results than others, you can tweak the emails that aren't doing as well, and it'll be easy for you to determine that because you get all sorts of reports and that kind of stuff here in the system. All right, so is there any other questions before we move on? Okay, another good question. Are we able to stay CAN spam compliant? The question is are we going to get in trouble for sending out these emails? Are we CAN spam compliant? Yes, we are 100% CAN spam compliant. I'm going to show you here back inside the templates, okay? You have the ability to add what we call an unsubscribe link. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and put that right here. Whoops, we don't want to put it in the subject line. We'll put that into the body. All right, so this unsubscribe link would actually give them the ability to unsubscribe from your emails and never receive another email from you again. Okay, we do give you the ability to add them back if you want to, and we'll show you here. If you go into the contacts, if somebody was unsubscribed and they wanted to come back, so you can hear, we'll click on the unsubscribe. If you wanted to bring them back, all you would have to do is click on the subscribe button here, and it would bring them back. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes somebody might unsubscribe by mistake. They may call you and say they want to receive emails from you again. You just come in here and you click on the subscribe link, and they'll be back in. Okay. Very good question. Now, there's one more thing that you definitely want to make sure you do, because CAN spam requires, number one, that you give them an opt-out mechanism, and number two, you want to make sure that you have your signature, your contact information. Okay, they have to have the ability to contact you. Now, when I say contact information, I mean your name and your address. If you have a company, you want to put your name, your company name, and your address. If you want to put your phone number, you can put your phone number. You're not required to do that, but you are required to at least put your their company name or company information, or your company address, your company name, and your name. Okay, so that's that. Now, if you select these 2 tokens, what will happen is that your email signature, which you created when you create your account, will automatically be inserted in that email. Okay, so you don't have to worry about it. Once you put those tokens in, you're good to go. Okay, another good question. Thank you. Very good question. All right, so that covers pretty much here all of the bulk emails. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and create the whole 9 series with you and bore you to death with writing all these emails, but you get the point. You can come in here, and oh, by the way, if you wanted to edit one of these emails, all you do is click the edit button here, and it'll open up, and then you could just make some edits. You can make some changes. Okay? Okay, so we've got our series set up. I'm actually going to remove these because I don't want to send these out. Okay. But anyway, so we've got our email series set up. So what's the next thing that we want to do? Well, the next thing that we want to do is we want to check and see what kind of response that we're getting on the email. So let's say it's the second day in, and you sent out this email campaign. Is it working? What's the best way to know if your email campaign is working or not? You're getting phone calls? Yes, that's true. What else? Yeah, if you have a link to your website in there, people going to your website, that's good. If you have like some sort of analytics or something installed on your site to track those views, yes. Sales, yes, all of that makes sense. Well, look, here we're going to make it a little bit simpler for you than that. Okay, you could see here on my screen, you see where it says email notifications log? All right, this is what's really awesome about our system. Whenever somebody opens your email, okay, you have the ability to receive an email and also a notification on your mobile phone instantly. Okay? So then you can either call them directly from their mobile phone, or you can you can go in here and you can click on the actual notification and you'll see it pops up. So you can see here, this is the email I sent it from, this is the email it went to, and you can see that the status of that email is viewed. You can see when you sent it, the viewed date, and you could even go in and open up that actual contact and call them. Okay, so we make it really, really simple. That contact was deleted, so it's not available. But we make it very simple. If you had a contact in there and they open it up, you can literally just click on this button and then pick up the phone and call them if you'd like. Okay? This is a very, very powerful option. And I just want to ask this. When is the very best time to reach out and touch somebody about your product or service? When they're watching maybe a video that you sent them, or they're looking at your website, or they're reading your email, or they're actively pursuing you, right? Well, most of the time you don't know those things. Our system will embed a little image. It's invisible. They can't see it. But it'll embed an image inside of their email, and when they open up that email, it triggers a ping back trigger to our site, to our server, and lets us know, and then we literally take that image or that notification and forward it right to you. Okay? So you can receive those notifications on your phone. You can receive those notifications on your email. It's completely up to you, and you can see that here inside your settings here. Do you want to get them via email? Do you want to get them via SMS? Do you want to get them both? Or you can set it to none if you don't want to receive those notifications. But again, all of that is done, okay? So you've got the email series going out. Now let's just do some quick math here, okay? I love math. Who else here loves math? I really stink. I was horrible at math in school, but now I love math because usually math adds up to profit, right? So, or at least that's the kind of math that I like. But here we go. We've got, let's just do some quick math. Let's say we sent out 1,000 emails this week, okay? So when I say 1,000, actually let's back up a little bit. Let's say that you're sending out 1,000. You're sending out emails to 1,000 contacts. Now, as you saw just from what we just did, we were able to grab 300 contacts within a few minutes. So sending out 1,000 emails to sending out an email to 1,000 contacts isn't going to be very difficult. Okay, but let's just do some math. Let's say that you got 1,000 contacts. Okay, and you want to send out that 9 series campaign. Okay. And let's say that you get a 25% open rate. Now, typically we receive anywhere from a 25 to 30% open rate, 25, sometimes 35%. But let's just say that you receive a 25% open rate off of that 1,000. Okay, you're looking at 250 opens. Now, not all those people are going to open your email the very first time and even follow up, let alone call you. Okay, that's just how it is. Studies have shown, and this is actually a study done by former MIT graduate, and basically his findings were that by the 10th attempt, that's where most of the sales were made. Not off the first, not off the second, which is where most people stop, but most of the sales were made on that 10th attempt, that 10th touch, that 10th contact. Okay, so if you're only doing one contact, right? You can see here 250 people opened it. You may get one person call you. You may get 3 people call you, but your chances are drastically going to improve on that second email or that second touch, that third touch, that fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, and then by the 10th, things are going to just skyrocket through the roof, okay? So let's just do some math here, okay? So the very first time you send out that email, let's say you get a 25% open rate. That's 250, okay? Now, you're going to send out that same email to those 1,000 contacts. Let's just say that there's only 950 now. Let's just say 50 people unsubscribe. That probably won't happen, especially if you're using our series of emails, because we are very good at writing good subject lines and engaging copy in our emails. But let's just say that you ended up with 950, and this time you got 20% contact or open rates. Now you're at 190. Okay, add that to the 250, and so far you've had 440 email opens. Okay, now let's do the third email. Let's say that only 900 people opened, and let's say that your open rate dropped to 17%. Okay. I'm giving you these numbers because these are the type of results that we've seen. So 153 plus 250, and then the other one there I think was like 190 or something. I don't remember. But anyways, look at the amount of contacts or potential opportunities you have now of somebody actually picking up the phone. Do you see how this number, it keeps on increasing? So now you could be at, 1,000 after the fourth or fifth email, or 1,500 after the seventh or eighth email. And what ends up happening? Well, let's do the law of averages, right? The law of averages tells us that eventually somebody is going to open up that email and they're going to be interested in what you have to offer. They're going to pick up the phone and call you. Well, let's say that you can get just a 0.3 percentage of those numbers. Okay, actually I made a mistake. Let's do this again. 450 times 0.03. That's 13 and a half contacts, leads, by that third email, and that's without you even picking up the phone and calling. All right, 13 and a half potential prospects calling you off that third attempt. Now, you can increase those by doing something what we call warm calls. Now, I'm going to show you how a warm call is done. Okay, here inside of our system, and by the way, for those of you that hate to do cold calls, you're going to love this, because cold calls is basically somebody you're calling and reaching out to who have no idea about who you are and why you're bothering them, okay? But by the third or fourth email, if you've got somebody who keeps on opening the email, they're interested in what you have to offer. They're not replying back and saying, take me off the list. They're not doing any of those things. They haven't unsubscribed. They're interested. They just probably are too busy to reach out and call you, okay? So you can either A, click on that lead in the system and pick up the phone and call them, or you can go into the power dialer here, okay, and really, power dialer, don't let that terminology scare you. I mean, it's basically just a contact system. This is going to allow you to contact these people without having to, to dial their numbers manually. But you can log in here, okay, we'll just open up one of these other campaigns that's already available so you can get the idea. But you just click on that campaign and hit the start button, okay, this little green guy right here. This will allow you to click on him, and it will dial all the numbers for you. And then here inside the system, you'll have the ability to add notes about that call. You can, if you want to load up a sales script, as you can see here, we've got a sales script already logged or open in the system. You can send out an email with just one touch. If you have an email template that you want to send, you can do that. You could do an SMS template where you send them a text message right to their phone. This is really powerful, because a lot of times these days, most people have a cell phone handy at all times, usually within a few feet of them. They'll have their cell phone, and they can literally just, grab it and see your message instantly. And I don't know if you know the open rates, but right now the data is right around 95% open rates on a text. So, and you probably know that's true. If you receive a text on your phone, you're going to look at it. So how cool would it be for when you call these people up, if you have their mobile phone number, just to shoot them a text to let them know that you just missed them, Or if you have a sales video like we do, we'll send you out a text message right there on the phone to show you our sales video. Right? Anything that you can do to increase the amount of touches is going to increase your chances of getting that customer. Okay. Now, on top of that, keeping organized is also very important. And you can see we have a full CRM built into the system. So on the right-hand side, you have these contact statuses where, let's say you're on the phone with this person and they said, yeah, I'm interested, but can you give me a call back? Sure. Schedule a call back for that specific time that you want to schedule the call back. You can select a reminder to automatically be sent out up to 2 hours before their appointment. You can even send yourself a reminder of that appointment so you won't miss it. You can, if you get a sale, for example, and you want to mark it as a sale, you can mark it as a sale, and now that customer can be moved into the customer group, and you can send them out to receive a series of contacts from there. If they don't want to hear from you again, you can mark them as a do not call. Again, we're completely compliant with all the FTC regulations. So as you can see, this is a much better option of reaching out to customers versus, picking up the phone and, using your cell phone or that sort of thing, okay? Now, this is also mobile responsive, so a lot of this stuff you could do from your mobile phone as well, okay? So I want to take a second just to go ahead and stop and pause and see if anybody here has any questions. So if you have a question so far, you feel like, you like what you see, go ahead. Actually, let's ask you that. So far, is anyone here like what they see? Do you see some way that this can actually help you in your business? Yes, love it, awesome, can't wait. Great, great. Well, I'm glad we're actually able to show you something of value here today. But yeah, definitely this is going to help you in your business. But let's go ahead. Anybody here have any questions that might pertain to something that we were just covering? SMS templates. Yes, you can actually go in here inside of the SMS templates, and I'll just open that up in a new tab so you can see. And you could create your own text message template right here. Okay, all you do is click Add SMS Template. You can name it, and then type in the text. Now, you do want to make sure that you keep your text message under 165 characters, and it'll actually let you know if you're typing in too many characters. Because if you go over 165 characters, what will happen is it will break that message up into multiple messages, and you don't want to do that. Usually, if you're going to send out multiple messages, you should have multiple messages broken up. Okay, good question though. Okay, another question here. Can we customize the statuses, the call statuses? Okay, yeah. Let me show you exactly what this person's asking about. Thanks for that question, by the way, Jill. Yeah. So here inside the system, on the right-hand side, you see where it says statuses. These statuses here will actually, you can mark your customer these specific statuses, and this is really good because like a CRM or a pipeline manager or anything like that that manages your customers and your sales, those are the things that you would use to track and see how good you're doing, right? I mean, or if you don't want to track how good you're doing, you see what things are happening with your particular customer. So at any time, you can go back and pull a report, and I'll show you the reports here in just a second. But yes, these statuses can all be modified. So here's how you would modify or change or add any of those statuses. Now you could do this for each individual campaign. So you can see here we've got that one particular campaign. You can come in and you can update these for any campaign. Okay, so we're going to go in to this particular campaign, and you can see these are our statuses. We've got the not interested, answer machine, no sale, so on and so forth. Okay, if you saw something here that you didn't like, you can click delete and it'll remove it. Okay, if you wanted to add a new one, you could click add, name it, and then you have the ability to select whether you want that lead, when you mark that lead, that status for it to be still remain in the queue to be called again or to not. So if you click no, then it'll remove it from your queue. But that is a very easy way for you to add these statuses. So we'll just do test so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And then add call status. Okay, so then it comes back in here, and then you could see now once you've put that status in here, you have the ability to move it around. So our new campaign status came here at the top, but maybe we want it down here at the bottom. You just click on it, drag it down to the bottom, and it's all set. Okay. Now, while we're talking about these campaign statuses, these call statuses, you notice the email, SMS templates, and move. These are triggers that will automatically fire when you click on that button inside the Power Dollar campaign. So for example, if you were to click on, sale, you can have an email that will automatically be sent right out to your prospect instantly when you click on sale. Or no, it wouldn't be a prospect, it would be a customer. Okay, so you maybe have like an email for new customers, right, that you would want to send. You can also do the same thing for SMS templates. You can send out an SMS message to anybody that you mark that call status, okay, or disposition. The next thing that you can have it do is automatically move that contact to another group. So if you have, for example, you have a customer group that you wanted to send your customer to, you could do that. Okay, this makes it very easy for you to keep track of your pipeline at all times. You could track where they are in your pipeline. How many people do you have that are customers? How many people do you have that are prospects? How many do you have that are leads? All of those things you can customize all of those statuses as well, those groups. Okay, but as you can see, very, very powerful stuff here, and thank you for that question. Okay, so we're going to go back to the campaign list error. Okay, any other questions before I move on? No. Okay. All right. So that pretty much does it here for the for the power dialer option. Now there's a lot of other features that the system has, but I want to show you one more feature before we end this for the day, and this is our inbound IVR. And what this does is this allows you to set up your own phone system. Okay. I don't know if you probably have. Everybody's dealt with them by now, but and if you've called into an office or any type of business or whatever that has a phone tree where you call in, it says, "Hi, thank you for calling ABC Company. If you'd like to speak to someone in sales, press 1. If you'd like to talk to somebody in support, press 2, so on and so forth." Okay? That is an IVR. Okay? And what it does is it recognizes whenever somebody presses a digit on their phone, or if somebody says a specific option via speech. Now our system doesn't detect speech, but it does detect what's called a DTMF, which is a dial tone on your phone. Or, if you hit one of those buttons on your phone. Okay. Now we allow you to create an unlimited amount of these campaigns, and they're right there inside your system. So I'm going to show you here a couple of them that we've created here in our system. Now we're going to go ahead and take this blank IVR. We call them a call flow. Okay, we're going to take this blank call flow. We're going to create a professional greeting for your business in just a couple of minutes. Okay, so whenever somebody would call in your phone, what's the very first thing you would want them to do? Normally, it's obviously receive that menu option, right? So that way you can filter out sales calls, or you can put your customers that are very important, give them the option to talk to somebody that they need to talk to about a specific issue. Maybe you have like a support division or any of that stuff. Now our system will actually allow you to set that up. But the very first thing that we do is we send out an SMS message. So if you're doing any sort of selling or prospecting, to try to get new business, you're going to love this. This text message here can do a lot of selling for you. So for example, let's say you're a web designer. You may say something like this: "Thank you for calling. We would love to assist you in your need for a new website," whatever. Okay? Take a look at our portfolio and then put in your website. And then what happens is that will be a link on their phone, and most people these days not only have a mobile phone, but they also have a smartphone. Whether it's an iPhone or Samsung or whatever you call it, Android, it doesn't matter, right? Everybody has one of those types of phones pretty much for the most part these days. So they get this text message on their phone, they can click that link and it'll take them right to your domain. So now you've got traffic right to your site instantly that will hopefully convert them into a customer. Okay? So there you go. So that's the very first thing we do. And again, this is going to go out to anybody who calls you from a mobile phone. And again, most people these days have given up their landlines and they all use mobile phones. So that's that. Now the next thing that you might want to do is you might want to have a menu option. Okay, so you can have as many as you want. If you want to be really, if you want to have a 10 menu option phone tree, you can, or if you just want a couple, you can do that as well. All right, now you have the option where you can either use an audio that you upload, like an actual MP3 or a voice message that you've created, or you could do what's called text-to-speech, and text-to-speech is just some robotic voice that's going to say whatever it is that you type in. So for this example, because I want you to see it visually, we're going to use the text-to-speech. So thank you for calling ABC Web Design. We are looking forward to speaking with you please listen to all of the prompts as they have just been changed. For sales, press 1. Support, press 2. Oops, 2. To leave a message, press 3. All right? Thank you. Now, what you can do is you can have it set up. So we'll just go ahead and click save. So there's our text-to-speech greeting. So it'll say in, robotic Sam's voice or whatever his name is, thank you for calling ABC Web Design. We are looking forward to speaking to you. Excuse my grammar. Please listen to all of the prompts as they have been changed. They have recently been changed. Okay, so once you've got that created, the next thing you want to do is you want to actually identify, or you want to select these menu options and tell the system to do what you want. But first, you want to decide here: do you want this message to just be given to them once, or if they don't select any options, do you want it to repeat? So here you can actually repeat that message multiple times. So we have it set to 3 default, but if you want it to just be once and then it hang up on them, then do that. If you want it to be 5 and then you want them to hang up and it to hang up on them, then you could do that. Okay. So the first option we had was support. Okay. So we'll just go ahead, and over here on the right, you've got these different menu options here. You see you have these different menu options. You have greeting, you have dial, multiple, SMS, voicemail, and then hang up. Okay? So if somebody calls support and you want to hang up on them, you would just drag that hang up over there. Now, I wouldn't suggest you do that, but you could. If somebody calls support and you want to have them transferred to your cell phone, you could do that. So let's say we're going to do that here. We'll just click the drag option, or not the drag option, but the dial option. So if you scroll down, you'll see on this dial option the ability to add in your phone number. Okay. The other option, maybe you want to add for support 2. I'm sorry, not for support 2, but option 2. Maybe you would like to ring a call group. Okay, so if you have a sales team and you want anybody who is inside the sales team to receive this call at the same time, you can actually have a call group set up, and you can ring them all at the same time. You can ring them individually but randomly, or you could select to ring them individually but sequential. Right? You have all these different options at your fingertips. And then the third option, we said we wanted to do support. So maybe leave a message. So leave a message, we would just select voicemail, drag it, drop it, and there you go. So now you can actually add the voicemail. So as you can see, this system will make your own, this will do your entire phone system for you, and it's completely drag and drop. You don't need to know how to program. You don't have to do anything besides just click, drag, and then tell the system what you want it to do. Okay? So anyways, I wanted to make sure that you had an opportunity to see that. Also, any of the calls that come in, you can record all of the calls. You have the option to see voicemail logs. You can see anybody that's left voicemails. You have the ability to literally do everything right here within the system. So you don't have to lose voicemails anymore, or lose, did somebody call me? Did they not call me? Everything is right here in the system. Okay. Now the last thing that I want to show is the reports. Okay. Now the reports is really where the rubber meets the road, because the reports are going to tell you what's going on in your business. Now, as you can see, our system's it's all broken down by different types of campaigns. So voice broadcast, power dialer, inbound, and then you also have the ability, if you have a team, to pull reports by users, either one user, or you can select multiple users by holding down the shift key or the control key, sorry. There you go. You can select by campaign, same way, and then also call disposition. So if you want to just search for people that you talked to that said they were interested or they became a hot prospect, you could do that. Okay. You could also just search for calls that were recorded. You could do all that. Now, in as far as the recordings are concerned, you could come in here and you can listen to the calls just by clicking on play, or you could download those recordings to your computer as well, so you could use them for training or whatever you would have. Okay. So again, you've got the reports feature here for all different types of campaigns, whether it's an outbound call, an inbound call, or even emails. So if you want to come in and get an email report, you can get those email reports as well. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it open for just 2 more questions, and then we'll go ahead and end this up. I hope everybody here enjoyed this webinar, and I hope it was informative and you got a lot of value out of it. Whether you had an opportunity to purchase a system or not, we'll make an option available for you to do that at the end of this webinar. But if you had an opportunity to purchase already, welcome aboard. If you haven't, then I'll give you a link here in just a second. Okay. Let's see. So we have one question here from Leland. Leland asked, okay, let me see if I understand this properly. Okay, so Leland wants to know if you have to use the power dialer to make calls to your contacts. Leland, no. You could actually call your contacts either from, you could use your own phone if you'd like, or you could go in here to the contact itself and you could click on the phone icon, and it will give you the option to call them right from here. So you can actually just click on the call button, and you'll still have access to the notes, the weather widget that we have, and the Google Maps widget if you have that. Okay? So all of those things, that can actually be done from here, and you don't have to be inside the power dialer to do that. While we're talking about it, you can also send out an email. You can send out a text message. You can even send out an individual broadcast message to that particular person as well. So it's completely up to you on how you want to run things. Also, you can see here if you've marked that call status, you can come in and change the call status. You can add a custom call status. You have the ability to come in and edit that contact individually, see any past notes, all of that stuff right here from the Contacts Manager. So you don't have to go inside the power dialer to manage your contacts. Good question, Leland. Okay, any other questions? Lead forms. Yeah, actually, I'm glad you saw that. We do offer lead forms. Now, a lead form, this is actually something, and I'll just show you how this works. You can embed these either on your website. As you can see here, there's the code. Or you can actually put them, you could just take the URL and share that, and somebody can actually fill out that form. Now, you have the ability to customize. This one looks a little stretched out because of the way it's being displayed, but you have the ability to customize these however you would like them. You can change your headline, your subheadline. You can choose what type of fields that you want to show up. I'll show you exactly how that works. Just come down here to the editor. You can change the headline, the subheadline. You can change the color of the form, the background color, the text color, the width of the form, the height of the form, the button text, the color. All of that stuff can be customized. Also, the contact fields that you want to show. Everything is completely customized. You can even set to receive contact notifications. So when somebody fills out that form, you can receive an email and also a text message to let you know when that form has been filled out. So thank you. Very good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Like I said, you can see there's a ton of other features in here. And I out of respect to your time, I want to make this, shorten, keep this a little bit shorter. Obviously, you can see there you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. Our system does pretty much everything that you would need as far as prospecting or contact or sales, customer management. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I want to say thanks so much to everybody who came out today. If you do not have Hot Prospector yet and you want to get set up, what you want to do is you want to go to hotprospector.com. That's HOTPROSPECTR, just like you see here. And on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a button that says Sign Me Up or Sign Up or Register. Sorry. Okay, just click on that link and it'll take you right into a registration screen where you can create your account, and then on step 2 it'll give you the ability to make that purchase. Other than that, if you want to reach back out to the person who sent you here, you can do that as well. Just go ahead and email them back. I'm sure they probably sent you an email to get you here. Just reach back out to them, and any questions or anything like that that they may need to handle for you before you sign up, they can do. Other than that, again, thanks so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed this webinar, and we'll see you on the inside of Hot Prospector. Bye-bye.